Hello, publicans! Glad to participate in another Ask Me Anything to share the news and answer some of the questions you have asked in Telegram chat. So we got 7 of them. The first question is about partnerships and do you plan to put some more of Morgan James article catalog on Publica? Currently, we have around 50 Morgan James publishing titles, with more to come. So we are in constant communication with them. They have successfully completed a book ICO for one of their author, and sending more titles is just a question of time. Well, our challenge and mission for the short term, and you're welcome to help in any way if you can. Right now we are talking with a partner to bring to our catalog 1 million titles. It was not even possible to do with Ethereum, but with sidechain we can do it. Well, because smart contract deployment would cost us nothing. So we can just forward them instantly. Right now we are in talks with one wholesaler, this large-scale distributor, 1 million titles. If you happen to know some more who have 500,000, million, 2 million, this large-scale companies, just let us know. Let us know. We did our own research, but a fresh eye always helps. What happened to Joseph Mark and where is he now? Joseph Mark has wrapped up his engagement with Publica last year, December, or around that time. So we cannot really comment on where he is now, because he is not part of our team. I think we did very good work together. Joseph helped us a lot, and I think we enjoyed very good working moments together, and has achieved some good milestones in terms of author engagement and participation in conferences, and getting some awards for the best blockchain project in publishing. We are keeping all of these contacts active and updated, and maybe our path will cross again, but currently we have substituted the roles that Joseph has been taking with other team members. After the sidechain is launched, will you make the fiat gateway for book ICO a priority? So book ICO and fiat gateway. As our community is made mostly of crypto veterans, you know that you haven't seen many ICO projects enabling fiat gateway to buy tokens, because your contract with an acquirer will be shut down pretty fast, because their risk profile doesn't allow them to charge credit cards in exchange for any crypto asset. That is why fiat gateway is not a default property of book ICO. We might run it on select book ICOs, but it always will be a separate agreement. We will connect fiat gateway to the sidechain, because that's the whole purpose, to make it possible for an average book user to get the books that are on the blockchain, but without engaging in all the steps of setting up the wallet, figuring out private key, and so on. So that's why fiat gateway there. It is still an edge case, but say our partner on acquirer is okay with that, because it's not ICO. In the end, it's a book, but the vehicle to get this book is a token. It's a crypto asset, but it's not cryptocurrency per se. So they agreed to deal with it, and we're happy to proceed. Yeah, so we can expect to see fiat gateway for book ICOs in this year, but it's not a default property. Only some book ICOs will be there. because once we make it like large scale or default option, then we are shut down and we don't have any fiat gateway anymore. And we rather want to see it for sidechain. We rather want to see it for sidechain operations, because it is where it can really bring us much needed traction. Could you please explain a little on how the secondary book exchange work and its main purpose? The secondary book exchange is operating. We are not expecting it to have like large traffic, but we want it to be operational, because it will be one of the things that will work under the hood for our users, just like fiat gateway. On the surface, it just charges your credit card. Under the hood, there are like close to a dozen operations to enable all parties to get their fees, to make sure that like our license as a service agreement is being held and all parties are getting the funds they are expected to get. The same with the secondary exchange. Currently, it's just a bare bones interface for you to play with it and say, yes, this thing is working. And then we'll just, use it through API seamlessly for users to, to get some, tangible benefits of actually buying the books on the blockchain. Because if they just want to read them, there is not really any benefits. They can just buy it anywhere and read. But if they want to read it and send it to a friend, send it to a family member, or just sell it at half price, then there is a point to go to Publica and choose one of the books from this 1 million books catalog. So the idea behind the secondary exchange is to provide to the users of books on the blockchain a vehicle to do something more with their books than they ever have been able to. Will the web app be ready for third quarter? So the real web app that we want to launch is progressive web app. I think we can set some tentative deadlines after sidechain. I understand this question is more like about web app, for web to read there, but to make web reader is not our priority. We have mobile apps, and it all there is end-to-end operational work currently, but as you see, there is no really thousands or hundreds of thousands of people using it. So I don't think it's a matter of web-based reader. It's rather a matter of how I can pay for these books and what I can do, what extra features this token ownership brings to me, like actually sending it or trading. So first of all, we want to enable these features, and further we'll set a tentative delivery on progressive web apps, because time is our partner here. The later it gets, the more support across devices and browsers it will get, so we can have a predictable local storage, at least for the private key. Because currently, say on Safari, you might just have all your library, all your wallet changes be wiped out. I mean, it's still a new technology, but this is like the only thing currently that I can think of that will allow us to break from App Store rules, that we cannot have any cryptocurrency there, and the only way of payment is Apple default payment method that will not accept any cryptocurrency to be traded, to be bought with it. Could you explain once more why you are building off-chain solutions? I don't fully understand the reason. How long do you think we will learn about it? If we don't build off-chain solution, then what are we going to build? Or then we can tell the project is complete. We just need more marketing. We tried more marketing, but it doesn't work. And it's not a problem of that we need an iPad app for reader. It's more a problem of entry barrier into crypto. People just want to have a book. Like, we had like dozens of interviews, and like people in crypto, they want to give it a try because they like the concept. It's elegant, it's working, it's really, Tolkien has its place. People who know crypto only from being exposed like to the major cryptocurrencies, they don't want to take this, how to say, challenge of setting up things, and they don't feel any added value. So will Ethereum will give us a possibility to make this onboarding of these users seamless. How much time has passed since like plans to increase in transactions per second to bringing transaction price stability? Nothing has changed so far. Do you know the release plan for some advertised Ethereum updates? How stable will they be? Basically, if we stay on Ethereum and Ethereum doesn't change, and there are no evidences that Ethereum will change, then the project will always be in the state it is now. Few hundred customers per month maximum. Sidechain gives us a blockchain experience that is not available as such. It's free transactions and there are instant transactions because we use proof of authority. It's not decentralized, it's permissioned blockchain, but we can decentralize it in terms of, say, community can host a node. A few libraries can host a node. An independent authors alliance can host a node. Say, yes, we will decide who will host a node, but we are in touch with you. And so far, over these years, we always we didn't need even to look for compromise. We just, how to say, we make decisions that make sense for the project. So there are trade-off. It's permission blockchain, but it's free and fast, and we can have 1 million book there. We can deploy millions book there, because of course we can do deferred deployment. So only when somebody wants to buy a book, we do deployment, and but it's not so easy to talk to the publishers on these terms. They so where are our books? Where's the catalog? They so people will need to buy and then pay something for gas. Okay, now with Fiat Gateway it's seamless, but price always changes. They're not really so eager to sign up on these terms. They're more eager to do it if it, okay, that's the solution that works like this. And they're like, okay, yeah, it makes difference, so we can try. And they understand that a try means to provide as big catalog as possible, so anybody can say, okay, whatever book I want to buy there, I can also buy it on Publica. It's not that Publica has a special catalog. Could you tell us more about the relationship with the partners and the feedback you're receiving from authors waiting to launch their ICOs? I think based on the results of book ICOs of last year, we see it's more like a branding exercise for author. Or it's more like a certain stretching into new audience, or it's certain like declarations that, okay, I am not just writing about these things, I also engage with my customers through this new, say, radically different instruments. We haven't seen a massive funding success of book ICOs. Well, apparently it's not a speculative asset, it's just a book. We have seen community support for book ICOs. Thank you for that. But we do not see many authors really, how to say, lining up to fund their titles currently on the platform. That's why we have built self-service book ICO portal. Anybody can use it. Many authors have been using it, and they can run it independently. We are not like authorizing anything, so they can set it up and then just do their campaign in the blog and then just redirect people to pay to the public page. But due to the book ICO, the traction or certain absence of it, that's why we focus now on Publica as a catalog. So we experimented with Publica as a funding vehicle, crowdfunding on the blockchain for authors. Right now we see, okay, we have been successful in some cases, but we do not see like thousands of book ICOs are out there being completed successfully. And until there are thousands, there is no really commercial success for the project. So we think that there is a value in looking at the Publica as a catalog containing pretty much the same book that a conventional catalog has, but with some non-conventional possibilities. Then we can really tell that, okay, books have been written by hand and books have been distributed with a Gutenberg's machine. Then books have been delivered to your door through e-commerce platform. Then books are delivered instantly through Wi-Fi, and they're electronic. And we can say, okay, and the next thing, the books will be on the blockchain. But how to say, to enable them be on the blockchain, we have to overcome all these inherent like frictions, like cost and time. So sidechain is doing this for us. Progressive Web App hopefully will also serve the purpose. So we are removing all the frictions. We're enabling the same conventional checkout experience plus ownership of the title, instant transfer to your partner, to your relative, to a friend, and secondary market. And I think that's a worthwhile direction where we are investing our time currently. And if you have some other ideas, you're always welcome to voice them. Currently, we can tentatively schedule the next AMA like in 1 month or in 1.5 months. So, thank you for being there, and please continue to be active.